2,482. That's all we need. What am I talking about? Let's find out. Hey there, welcome to the show. It's Les Solgrove. This is Simply Des Moines Market Values, Week 17, 2024. The topic this week is milestones and targets. And my little tease at the beginning, we're going to circle around at the end of the show and talk about that. But let's start off first this week with a couple of milestones, or at least a milestone that we hit back on March or April 17th. We closed 3,000 homes year to date on April 17th. It took 29 days, which is pretty normal. You can see here at the bottom that our typical time frame is 46 days for the first 1,000, 32 for the second 1,000, 29 for the third, and we are on track now to hit our 4,000 closed milestone here. The timing on that, how long will it take? Well, last year it was about 25 or 26 days. We're on track, a couple of days faster this year. So if we hit it in 24 days, we'll hit that 4,000 closed milestone on May 11th. And so here, that's going to come up here in about a week and a half or so. So let's watch for that. And let's jump right in now to the meat of the show. So this week's topic is milestones and targets, and the milestones we talked about, but targets, we've kind of got to have some things to aim for here as we move into the spring and summer markets here. And so to set this up, I've got the homes for sale inventory at 3,044, and that's just pretty much steady from the last couple of weeks. We've been right around that 3,000 mark, haven't increased a lot. But if you look at the dashes here at the bottom, you can see that that's fairly consistent with what we kind of see on a weekly basis here until we get into about next week. As soon as we hit that first week of May, it seems like things kind of start to jump a little bit. Maybe that's due to kids getting out of school and vacation starting and people having some more time off. But right now we're at 3,044 homes on the market. We are seeing a little bit of a slower start this year to compared to the last couple of years. And so we currently only had 1,301 homes that went under contract in that rolling last 30 days. So I do a rolling 30 days so that I can calculate months of inventory and also to kind of get a trend of where the market's going. And, last year we were around 15,000 homes under contract in that 30-day rolling period. We're about 215,000. I said 15,000. I meant 1,500. We're about 200 homes behind that pace right now. Again, we'll see if that picks up as we move forward here. But that's going to come into play here in a minute. You'll see the months of inventory. So months of inventory is the number of homes for sale divided by the rolling 30-day sale pace. And currently we're sitting at 2.4 months of inventory. And, as that's defined in our marketplace by seller's market, balanced market, and buyer's market. And so anything under 4 months of inventory, we consider that a seller's market. And so what I tried to answer this week, and I was thinking in my brain going, okay, how's a good way of equating this and where we should be, or what would make the market a little bit faster pace? Now, obviously, when you're in a seller's market, home sales benefit the sellers. Homes are selling fairly quickly that are coming on the market that are in good condition and priced right. But when the market starts to slow down a little bit, that pace is going to kind of pick up. And you can see that we're at 2.4 months inventory right now, where a year ago we were under 2 months inventory. So homes are staying on the market just a little bit longer. And what I wanted to try to do is equate how many more homes would we have to have added to our inventory if we were to bring this up to a balanced market? So in other words, what would it take to get us up to 4 months of inventory? So again, here's that 2.4 months. Let's go now and kind of look at this section right here that's highlighted there in that blue box. That's our target balanced market area right there. And in a balanced market, if you remember, there's enough homes on the market for sellers to sell fairly quickly and buyers to buy in a timely fashion that doesn't make them feel like they're being rushed really well. So, I mean, this is kind of the best of both worlds. So if we can get to that 4 months, even if it's just at the edge of 4 months, I think we'll see quite a bit of a little bit of difference there in the marketplace. It can happen. It would be a pretty momentous occasion if we did do this, but there's over 2,600 realtors in the Des Moines MLS right now, and I think it's close to 27 or maybe even 2,800. But if everybody would go out there and list at least one more home in the next 30 days, that would be enough to put us into this balanced market. And that's not a lot to ask. I mean, that's what we do, right? We list and sell houses. So if the majority of everybody were to go out, I know this is a pipe dream, but if everybody were to go out and list one more house in this next 30 days, we would be into that 4 months of inventory. But it's not only asking them to do that. The real question is what price point do we need the listings the most? And so we look at this, and I updated the breakdown of the months of inventory by price point through today, April 28th. And I thought it'd be kind of a fun exercise to go through to see where the months of inventory are in the different price points. And you see over here to the far left, of course, our under $400,000 price point is predominantly, under 2.5 months of inventory. There's one outlier over here on the far right, the $800,000 to $900,000 price point that's got 3.9 months of inventory. So all effects, it's really there, but I know there's some purists that watch this and go, it's not 4 months. So I'm going to include that particular number in these numbers of homes we need to add. So the question is, if we have more homes on the market in these price points, how many would it take to bring them up to this 4.0 months of inventory? So we have to add inventory at the same sales pace. How many would it take? So here's what I discovered, and I did some calculating on this. And just to give you an idea, this is our current inventory levels. Before I tell you how many we need, this is the actual current inventory levels in those four categories, or those four price points under 400,000, as well as this one at between 800 and $900,000. There's 51 homes over there. We have a lot of homes on the market in that $300,000 to $400,000 price point. There's 878 homes for sale there, 606 in that $200,000 to $300,000 price point. But how many of those are new construction? So I kind of broke that down, and 2/3 of our inventory in that $300,000 to $400,000 price point is new construction. So is adding new homes to the market in that price point the answer? I'd say probably not in that price point, because we're already fairly saturated with new homes in the $300,000 to $400,000 price point. There is room to maybe add some new construction in that $200,000 to $300,000 price point, but then you get into the challenge of being able to build a home with lot costs and development costs in that $200,000 to $300,000 price point. But right now, there's only 40% of our inventory of that 600 and some homes on the market are new construction. So, and then the little numbers right next to it show you the number on the right is the number of new construction versus the total number of homes for sale. So 878 is the 300,000 to 400,000, and 581 of those is new construction. So let's just say we want to add existing home inventory to the marketplace. How many do we have to add? How many more do we have to add to bring that up? And you can see over here, let's look over here to the right first. There's that 51 listings. We only have to really add one more to put us into that $400,000 price point, or 4 months inventory for that $800,000 to $900,000 price point. So not really a player there, but like I said, I included it anyway because it was under 4 months of inventory. But you get over here to the left-hand side, with only 64 homes for sale currently in our marketplace under $100,000, we have to basically triple our inventory in that price point, bring it up to 182 homes for sale. It's even worse when you get to that $100,000 to $200,000. There's 258, almost 260 currently on the market. We need to bring that up to 1,030. We need to add almost 1,000 between that $200,000 and $300,000 price point, and then another 600 and some in the $300,000 to $400,000 price point. So can that be done? Yeah, I mean, I think so. So there's 118 is what we have to add in that first price point. We have to add 772 in the $100,000 to $200,000. $994 in the 2 to 3, and then 597, almost 600 in that $300,000 to $400,000 price point. So, I guess we got one more over there. One is all we need to add to that $800,000 price point. So I'll take volunteers if you want to tell me today or this week as we go along the marketplace. If you want to email me, text me, and tell me, hey, you contributed to the listing deficit, as it were. I'll be happy to mark you down as doing your job and doing your part to eliminate the market adjustment, the market shortage we have right there. So anyway, I hope this is interesting. I hope it's it's obviously it's probably not something we're going to see happen, but it would sure be cool if we could do that, and it would certainly bring our marketplace back to what we would normally feel like is a normal market because our inventory levels are typically around if we were to hit that add those 2,482 more homes to the marketplace, it's an 80% increase in our listing count. Yeah, that seems hard to overcome. But if you've been watching up here in the upper right-hand corner, you've seen this 5,526 number up here kind of gradually coming into view. And if you didn't notice that when we started, rewatch the show and you'll see it up there. That's how many homes we need to have on the market today to bring us into a balanced market, assuming that we can fill up all of these buckets in these different price points here. So anyway, that's an exercise in calculations. I wouldn't say it's an exercise in futility, but at least it's an exercise in calculations. And so with that, that's this week's show. We're going to be in Washington, D.C. next weekend. So I will be coming to you from the nation's capital for the end of April report. And I don't know if I'll have a special guest. I know that my occasional cohort, Ken Clark, will be out there, but I don't know if he'll be able to join me. But I'll see if I can at least get a special guest to join me for next week's show. And in the meantime, please be sure and subscribe to the channel. Share the YouTube videos out there, and leave comments. Whatever you can do to help me share this, it would be fantastically appreciated. You can also go to DesMoinesMarketValues.com, and that's where all the previous week's graphics and YouTube videos are held after each show. So again, thanks for joining me. We'll see you all again next week from Washington, D.C.